Costing techniques are methods used by businesses to determine the cost of production, delivery, or providing services. These techniques help businesses in pricing decisions, budgeting, and improving profitability. Below are the key techniques of costing. 1. Absorption costing, full costing. Description: absorption costing assigns all manufacturing costs to the product, including both direct costs like raw materials, labor, and indirect costs, overheads like factory rent, utilities, and administrative expenses. Use: commonly used for external financial reporting as it complies with generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP. Example: if a company manufactures furniture, the cost of wood, labor, and overhead, like factory maintenance, would be absorbed into the cost of each piece of furniture produced. 2. Marginal costing, variable costing. Description: marginal costing only considers variable costs, direct materials, labor, and variable overheads, in determining the cost of a product. Fixed costs are treated as period costs and are not included in product cost. Use: helpful for decision-making like pricing, break-even analysis, and profitability analysis. Example: if a company produces chairs, marginal costing would only include the costs that change with each chair produced, e.g., wood, labor, etc., while fixed costs, like rent for the factory, would not be included in the cost of each chair. 3. Activity-based costing, ABC. Description: ABC assigns overhead costs to products based on the activities that drive those costs. It is more accurate than traditional costing methods, as it considers the actual consumption of resources. Use: helps to understand the true cost of production, especially in complex environments with multiple products and overheads. Example: if a company manufactures multiple products, ABC might allocate machine setup costs or inspection costs to products based on how much time each product spends in those activities, rather than just on direct labor or material usage. 4. Job order costing. Description: used when products are manufactured based on specific customer orders. The costs of direct materials, direct labor, and overhead are accumulated for each job or order. Use: common in industries like construction, custom manufacturing, and consulting services. Example: a furniture maker who receives custom orders for unique pieces would use job order costing to calculate the cost for each individual order. 5. Process costing. Description: applied when products are manufactured in continuous or mass production processes, such as in industries like chemicals, textiles, or food processing. Costs are averaged over all units produced. Use: suitable for industries where products are homogeneous and produced in large volumes. Example: a company producing large quantities of bottled water would use process costing to determine the cost per bottle by dividing total costs by the number of bottles produced. 6. Standard costing. Description: involves setting a standard cost for materials, labor, and overhead. Actual costs are then compared to the standard costs to identify variances, favorable or unfavorable. Use: often used for budgeting and performance analysis. Example: a company may set a standard cost of $10 for direct labor to make 1 unit of product. If the actual labor cost turns out to be $12, the variance is unfavorable by $2. 7. Direct costing. Description: direct costing focuses only on direct costs that can be traced to a specific product or service, such as direct materials and direct labor. Indirect costs are excluded. Use: used in situations where it's important to quickly calculate the cost of a specific product or service, or for short-term decision-making. Example: a restaurant would consider the cost of food ingredients and labor directly involved in serving a specific dish but exclude costs like utilities or rent in the costing for that dish. 8. Historical costing. Description: involves determining the cost of products or services based on actual expenses incurred during production, often recorded over a specific period, e.g., monthly or yearly. Use: used for reporting past financial performance and for compliance with accounting standards. Example: a company calculates the cost of manufacturing a product over the last quarter based on the actual materials, labor, and overheads incurred during that time. 9. Target costing. Description: target costing is a pricing strategy in which the company determines the desired profit margin and competitive market price, then works backward to find the maximum allowable cost to produce the product. Use: primarily used in price-sensitive markets to ensure a competitive price while maintaining profitability. Example: a smartphone manufacturer might set a target selling price of $500. Based on market research, they aim for a profit margin of $100, so they will target a production cost of $400. 10. Life cycle costing. Description. This technique involves tracking all costs incurred throughout the entire life cycle of a product, from development through production, marketing, and eventual disposal or maintenance. Used for long-term planning, especially in industries like manufacturing, infrastructure, and technology where products have long lifespans. Example, a company producing cars might track the costs of manufacturing, marketing, warranty services, and even recycling or disposal after the car's useful life. 11. Batch costing. Description. A costing method where products are grouped into batches, and costs are accumulated for each batch. The total cost for the batch is then divided by the number of units to determine the cost per unit. Used in industries where products are manufactured in batches, such as pharmaceuticals or textiles. Example, a bakery that produces batches of cakes might use batch costing to allocate the total costs of ingredients, labor, and overhead across the number of cakes produced in a batch. Each costing method has its own advantages, and businesses often use a combination of these methods depending on their industry, cost structure, and decision-making needs.